what's up, what's cracking. This is an emergency episode of FireCast, okay? Because you might have heard us saying in the last episode that FriendlyFire leaves in 3 weeks or whatever, so we thought, we had time for fillers and that, but he leaves on Tuesday, apparently. He's told me Tuesday, and today's Tuesday, so 7 days, which means we have to record some fillers. He's got to upload them in advance. He's going to Japan. It's his honeymoon really with his wife, so congrats to him and Chloe. I hope they have fun. I've wanted to go to Japan for a long time. It's one of my bucket list trips, and I'm seeing my cousin and now my brother and all my mates. Everyone's going to Japan, and it looks fucking awesome. So happy for yous. Hope you enjoy your trip. But meanwhile, while you're listening to this, that's where they are right now. So who knows what they're doing, petting monkeys or in a bath or whatever the fuck you do. So this is a podcast of just me, Filler. Hello, this is the sixth one I've done. Now I apologize if the quality is a little different. Normally, if you've seen the other ones, you'd see my setup is I'd have the front camera recording and I'd have my watch on and I can see the view, but because right now I don't have my watch at the moment, okay, it's dead. Using the back camera, so I don't know, I'm just sitting here, right? So I think it should be okay for what I'm doing. I'm just sitting here, nothing crazy. Sorry if you hear some noise in the background. It's just my family doing family things. How are you? What's going on? What's happening? Today is the 11th of May, I believe, as of recording. So hopefully we can get another one of these fillers done. At least he'll be gone for 3 weeks, okay? As you know, Thunder God's gone, Joey K's gone for a while. So again, wishing them the best as well. Hopefully they're having fun. But yeah, FriendlyFire will be gone for 3 weeks from now. So we need at least 3 of these, hopefully. This is one. Hopefully we can get 2 more done. If not, we might have to upload a throwback episode or something, which I'm not against. We have a lot of content, which I'm sure a lot of you haven't seen or heard before, even though it's old. So maybe we could do that. Regardless, thank you for joining us. Thank you if you do listen to these fillers. I know they're a bit boring. I know I can ramble. But it is what it is. You got to keep that consistency up. If you do like these, thank you. I appreciate it. It's just something. If you want to skip it, man. By all means, I won't get offended. Okay? Normally I have topics and stuff to go over or questions. I got none of that today. Just in my raggedy ass pajamas and shit. Not really pajamas, but look at that. Trip jacket. If you're watching the video right now, I'm wearing a Trip Jacket Mafia limited edition anime hoodie that we had. One of our merch drops. This shit is fucking crazy. Look at that. But yes, I'm fucking drinking a little bit of whiskey, tiny minuscule amount, just to take the edge off, because I'm knackered. My partner's knackered. We've had a big day, just working and shit. We're just both tired. Our daughter running amok. But there's no better time than the present, which is why I'm doing this. Which brings me to what I'm going to talk about today, because I don't have much to talk about. It's probably going to be shorter. I'm going to try to keep it short. But I thought maybe I wanted to do a tattoo video for a while. I'm not sure if it's going to be what. Today I'll do a tour and I'll talk about tattoos, my tattoos experiences. But I wanted to do a video. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I wanted to dive into tattoos a little bit, because I'm pretty passionate about tattoos. I love getting tattooed. It's something I've found a lot of joy in. It brings me joy. It's corny, because everyone's into tattoos. Or even if you're not into tattoo, people still get tatted up because they think That's what other people want to see. But once you start, and if you get some good art, it's hard to stop, and it really gets the ball rolling. And once it's like once you start, you can't stop, man. Even my mum, my family, everyone gets tattoos these days, man, and they all tell you the same thing. It's addicting. But before I get into that, I think maybe I can talk a little bit about a little encounter I had. I was saving this for the actual pod, but fuck it. I was at the shop, my local shop, and there was this little raggedy looking guy, smaller than me, walking next to me in a rush. He was walking fast. I was walking next to him, both come out the shop, and he goes, "Fucking hell, you almost walk as fast as me." And I laughed. I go, "Yeah, I'll race you." And then we both started walking. And we're both going the same way right next to each other. And we're both going straight into the bottle. He's like, "Oh, fuck, you're going in here too." I was just laughing. I thought, fucking hell, that's Australia for you, man. Those interactions. What's more Aussie than that, this guy was raggedy ass. I'm pretty sure he was wearing no shoes and shit, and a little blonde mullet. It was funny coming, of course. We're both going straight into the bottle. It was after work or something. I was like, "Oh, you funny cunt." But yeah, that's what I love about this country, man. And it brings me back to tattoos, because Australia is so big on tattoos, man. You look everywhere. I'm pretty sure if you look it up, Australia is in the top 5 at least countries of tattoos, man. Like, it's super popular here, and it is stigmatized. And I have my hands tattooed now as of recently, both hands, and you are still judged quite a lot for having your hands tattooed, especially. And I didn't think it'd be as bad as it is, but I guess that stigma hasn't really gone away. It has, definitely. It's much better. There's heaps of people with their hands tatted, but work wasn't a problem. I didn't have trouble finding a job, which is one of the concerns a lot of people have with hand tattoos. But just the way people look at you. Like, another story, I was at the reject shop the other week, and I was looking around for Mother's Day shit, and the lady, I hear over the speaker, I'm just wandering through the aisles. I'm very indecisive, okay? Every time I go into a shop, especially a bottle or something, or if I'm picking a gift or something, it takes me a while to decide. I'm indecisive, and I wander around. I look, I think, should I get that? I don't know, but what about it? And it takes me a minute. So I'm doing that in the reject shop, especially when I don't know what I'm getting. Like, gifts are the worst. I wander in there, and I got no idea what the fuck I'm looking at. I don't know where's up. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm wandering back and forth, and I hear on the speaker, "Can we get a security check to section 2? I'm like, "Oh, whatever." And then the old lady working, starts following me around the store, and she's looking in the shelves, pretending she's fucking digging for shit. Follow me around. I'm the security check. I was like, "Are you fucking serious? They think I'm gonna steal or something." And I'm like, I'm the nicest guy in the world. I wouldn't do that shit. I mean, I did go through a phase where I was stealing a lot from Woolies, but that was a long time ago, alright, and I was broke. But I wouldn't steal now, no way. I'd never steal a big amount of things anyway. I just used to steal little shit, stupid shit, but I'd never do that now, especially in a shop like the reject shop or something. Woolies or Coles, fair game, they make a lot of money. But anyway, well, maybe she should have been following me around, but but the point I'm making is I would never do anything like that these days, obviously, and just because of the way I look, small, tattooed, I might have been wearing a hat, they follow you around, and it is what it is. It comes with the territory, there's nothing you can do about that. It's gonna happen. It's the toss-up you decide to make when you get tattooed, especially your hands or your neck. Like, I don't know if you can see that there, but I got behind my ears tatted, right? And a lot of people do, and that's not a problem ever. I feel like this one kind of goes down my neck. It's not like I got my throat tattooed or something, you know, which I'm not against. I don't know if I will, not anytime soon anyway, but I feel like these ones you don't get judged for, right? Little ones behind the ear, on the side of the neck, but your hands, definitely. Even the way people, since I got my hands tattooed, the way people treat me, like in the gym, I've noticed it. People treat me different. People treat me like they're either super polite because they're scared that I'm gonna flip on a dime and I'm gonna get angry and arc up. So they're like super nice, which is kind of cool. A lot of people, it's a bit more like people go out of their way to not piss me off. They think I got a short fuse or something, which isn't true, you know. Oh, rarely. I don't think I'll ever have an outburst at someone or get angry about shit in public. Like, I'm the nicest guy, most quiet, polite dude ever, you know. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't think it was pretty cool that sometimes people, you know, they try to, they're a bit scared. They're like, you know, fuck this guy. Sorry, bro. Oh, sorry. Oh. Because they think I'm gonna fucking rage at them or something. But yeah, it is a bit jarring if you can't handle people judging you. You know, we live in a very judgmental country, you know, society, but Australia especially is pretty judgmental. People are pretty judgmental. They'll judge you. There's kind of a bit of racism in this country. There's kind of a bit of sexism. There's a lot of that shit, man. And it's just because I feel like we have a pretty outdated manly culture. I think that shit is still very strong in Australia, and boys are growing up with this old school mentality that maybe their parents or their grandparents grew up on, and it's like this manly fucking, you know, no emotion fucking, you know, that shit's still very present in our country today. So I guess that applies to the tattoo thing. Like, they have that old school mentality, man. You obviously, bikies and stuff love tattoos. You know, a lot of fragile people get tattoos as a, you know, as a front or as a persona. And when I was 19 was when I got my first tattoo, and before then I thought I would never get tattoos, which is crazy. As I got a little bit older, 17 to, you know, 16, 17, I used to say I don't want tattoos, because even back then it was popular. It's like the thing where not having tattoos is a new having tattoos, because everyone's got tattoos. So I always said, like, yeah, it didn't interest me, you know. And the pain, I was worried about the pain. But as soon as I turned 19, I got my first tattoo, which I'll show you. I'll show you my tattoos that I talk about. I actually don't have that many, to be honest. But my first tattoo was that one there, that ankle on my chest, because I just had the ankh. I didn't have the numerals under it yet. I wanted something that represented life as a whole. Like, this whole thing, this whole journey we're on, I wanted a tattoo that encompassed all of that. And I originally tossed up getting the seed of life, but that thing's kind of ugly. And I thought, fuck, what else represents that? And the ankh, if you don't know, the ankh is an Egyptian symbol which means life, right? So yeah, I got that one when I was 19, and then from there it was pretty, like I said, it was pretty addicting. That one took like 30 minutes, not even 20 minutes. And the dude who was doing it, he goes, okay, are you ready? I was like, yeah, bracing myself. Started, and I could barely feel it. He's like, how's that feel? I'm like, is that it? That's not bad at all. And that was fine. And I quickly learned, which a lot of people don't understand this, the longer you go, that's where the pain comes from. So a lot of people will get tatted up, right? And they got these tiny little tattoos, these, 20-minute pieces all over their body. And they go, that doesn't hurt. Tattoos don't hurt. Tattoos don't hurt. It's like, yeah, buddy. Tattoos don't hurt if you're getting fucking 20 minutes at a time. When I got my second tattoo, which is probably not a good idea to wear a full jumper, get up while I'm doing this, but this forearm tattoo, this forearm piece, it's a bit hard to see. The lighting's not great. Basically, this whole thing on my forearm, minus the hand, that was my second tattoo. I would have been, 20? Not long after the first one. It's basically just a shipwreck scene, with an octopus. There's an octopus there and like a ship, generic shipwreck shit. That was my second tattoo, and I got that because I like the ocean. So, like I said about expressing yourself, all my tattoos are basically just shit that I like, and I wanted to represent. So I like the ocean. Octopuses are one of my favorite animals. So I was like, fuck, well, I can get a ship, an octopus, sea. So that was my next one. And that fucking hurt, okay? The first 2 hours, 3 hours, fine, of course. And I got a high pain tolerance, so for me, tattoos, they're not even that bad, even when they do hurt. Like, it's fucking not pleasant, but, it's really not too bad. It does fucking hurt, though. But if you got a high pain tolerance, you can handle it a little bit, you'll probably be fine, right? But, that took about fucking 6 hours, I think. In one go we did that. But certain areas, like around the wrists and when they're doing little touch-ups and highlights and things, that can hurt. And then I had that for a while. So I just had my forearm and that little ankle, my chest, for a long time, I think. And then some point after, I got that Mewtwo on my wrist there. Little Mewtwo. Fuck, it's terrible to see this shit, but I got that Mewtwo on my wrist there on its own. This is where I started getting the nerdy shit, because I'm into Smash Brothers mainly. That's why I got all these tattoos, because I was a big Smash Brothers fan. I still am. But I didn't want to get Mario and shit on me because they're corny. They look stupid. I want cool shit. The villains are cool. The designs are cooler, a bit more edgy. So I thought, fuck it. If I'm going to get all Smash Brothers characters, I'm going to get the villains who look a bit cooler than fucking Mario with big fucking round nose and shit. So that's where I started this sleeve, which is... The original idea was to get all the characters bit by bit and kind of fill in the background, which hasn't happened yet. I'm still undecided, but I kind of lean more towards leaving it unfilled in because they stand out a bit better, I think, and a lot of people have told me that. But I'll show you. So I think after that Mewtwo is where I really kind of started picking up the pace a bit. I don't know the order, alright, because I've forgotten, but I got this Ridley soon after. Ridley on the forearm there. And I got the Shadow there. The Shadow... That's Shadow, by the way. A lot of people say it's Sonic. Oh, Sonic. It's Shadow, bro. Look, he's got the fucking red stripe. Come on, dog. This is one of my favourite ones here. That's Ganondorf. Look at that. It's gnarly. Now for this one, I specifically wanted the Hyrule Warriors design. So he's got the long hair. Because Zelda characters have a lot of different designs, and this one from this particular game, it's a bit of a niche design. He hasn't had it much, but it's fucking cool with the long hair. Like, fuck yeah, that's sick. So, you know, that's probably one of my favorites. Got that at some point. King K. Rool there, you know. See, this is the shit that I'm supposed to be filling the background in with, right? That's Samus's ship. That's an R-Wing from Star Fox, because I got Wolf, the villain from Star Fox there. I got Samus's ship, the R-Wing, the Zelda hearts. See, so the idea is just to have like mushrooms, sonic rings, shit in the background, Pokeballs, which I haven't done much of yet, but I got a few things. Then I got, this one's probably my favorite. It's got to be up there. It's the Bowser. Now, the only thing with this one, the inspiration behind this, first of all, was you know those wolves or those bears that people get? That's pretty common. I always thought that looks sick, but it's a bit generic, so tied in with the theme, or a beast, Bowser on the chest, like one of them. Like, that's fucking awesome, dude. That's gnarly. Look at that. See, that's way better than Mario. You know, and that one fucking hurt, right? That was probably one of my more painful ones I remember. But this is what I'm talking about. The first hour, I didn't feel nothing. The first hour was so easy. You know, once we hit that 3 hour mark, 4 hour, it went from the least painful to the most painful tattoo, and it was fucking killing. And this motherfucker's drilling me. Pause. And I'm bleeding and shit. And it was fucking a nightmare. That hurt. So yeah, we did that one. And then one of the more recent ones is this Meta Knight flying in the distance. So you can see the vision, you know, they're all kind of scattered in different sizes and stuff, and it's meant to be dynamic, and I was going to fill in the background with space. It was going to be space, stars and shit, and like Nintendo items, because tying in the other sleeve, right, so more recently I added to the top of that shipwreck scene with a Poseidon, generic I know, Poseidon head, because again I like Greek mythology, so I'm trying to make a theme that makes sense, that's also just everything I like. So we go from the ocean, a shipwreck storm scene, what causes storms, Poseidon, who's Greek mythology, so that's a good way to tie that in. And then the last thing that I really like, the last theme, is space. Okay, so it goes above the clouds into Poseidon's head, and then into space, right? And then that space, I'm gonna get another, I don't have anything here yet, but around the ankh and the numerals is gonna be space, which would go over here as well, and kind of be the background for Bowser, and continue down the arm with the Nintendo shit. That was the vision. But yeah, we'll see what happens now that I don't know if I'm gonna fill this in fully. We'll see. But yeah, what else? I know these themes are generic, right? It sounds stupid because so many people have the space, so many people have the mythology, so many people have the ocean. But it's shit I like. I really like the ocean, I like space, you know, I like this shit. So I'm trying to put my own spin on it. But yeah, so I'm a bit all over the shop and a bit out of breath. But the other one I didn't explain was the 13 under the ankh. I got that shortly after the ankh, so it's a pretty old tattoo now. But basically I like the number 13. I always like the look of like numerals. Generic again, I know, but it's like fucking on the chest there, it looks kind of cool. 13, it's my birthday, it's one of my favorite numbers, so fuck it. And then the ones behind the ears, this too shall pass. It's a statement that's always resonated with me. It means a lot to me because it's very true. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, it'll pass. This too shall pass. It's just, everything's fleeting, so remember to be in the moment, enjoy it, savor it, because it will pass, good or bad. The sun will shine again. And then on the other ear is an outline of a dove for my daughter Dove. And sorry if my ears are fucking dirty. I'm showing you my dirty ear in the camera and shit. And that's it, other than the hands, which are very recent. The hands, I got this hand in December last year. That's a gnarly piece, dude. That shit is crazy. It's a gnarly Chinese dragon. Looks fucking awesome. Very cool. And again, because I wanted something lucky, and I like Asian culture. I'm a big fan of Japan and Chinese culture, South Korean culture. So to tie it into that sleeve, that shipwreck scene, it's supposed to be like under the water, like a beast under the water that's also kind of part of the chaos, like a gnarly Chinese dragon. So it all kind of loosely ties together. And then my other hand, which is a couple weeks old now, 2 weeks or something, is for now, it says. Alright, sorry about that. I literally had to cut off the recording because I was shitting my pants. That's no cap. I was sitting there, you could see me in the video wriggling around. I was just talking, my bathroom's right here. And I want to wrap this up. And I couldn't even wait till the video was finished. That's how bad I had to take a shit just now. It was something I ate or something. It wasn't normal. That was an illness poo. So I'm sorry. You know it's bad, you know it's serious, because this has just made my life a hell of a lot harder. Because now I've got 2 recordings, I've got 2 vocal files, I'm gonna have to fucking click and match them up and shit. So instead of waiting to finish the video and keep it all one piece to make my fucking life easy, I had the shit that bad that I had to do it. I had to do it, and I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm gonna regret it later when I'm fucking trying to edit this shit. But I had to do it. I was shitting my pants. It could have been a very different video. If I kept it going and we had an accident, this would have been on World Star or fucking you'd have been watching this on X videos. Live leak. But anyway, I was talking about this. For now, it's just text, alright? For now, script. Went to a new artist for this one. All my tattoos, by the way, are from different artists. I've gone all over the place, all the local shops, bunch of people, everyone on Instagram, all the artists. This was a new artist I went to because she was really good at fine line. I saw her. She works at one of the shops I've been to before. And I've never really had fine line type of shit, but for script you want it to be very precise, and she was great, man. She nailed it, she killed it. Looks awesome. It's actually still healing as of this recording. It's about a week old now, almost 2 weeks. But yeah, that's pretty much it with the tattoos, man. For now, I should explain, I guess, is it's just a reminder to be present. It's kind of like this too shall pass. But I realized when I got this, I got it in a place where I can't see it. So I originally got that as like a reminder to be present, but I can't even fucking see it. So it wasn't a very good reminder. That's what this one's for. Right on the hand, right there. For now. It's from a book called The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz Jr. It's basically just like a spiritual self-help book. It goes through 4 agreements you should live by in life to lead a good life and be a good person. Don't make assumptions. Don't take things personally. Always do your best and be impeccable with your word. This book literally changed my life when I read it. This book and The Power of Now. Hence, For Now. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Or Eckhart Tolle, whatever the fuck. I'm sure a lot of you have read that one. That's a very popular book and a very fucking solid book, man. For anyone who wants to get their life or their head screwed on straight, read those two books, man. The Four Agreements and The Power of Now. The Four Agreements, the best book ever. That shit, I'm reading it again now. Very powerful book, very powerful lessons. Very worthwhile. So that's what that's for. 4 now, on the hand. I see it. Remember everything I've learned. Be present. Focus on the now. And just try to live a good life, man. Be a good person. But yeah, so that's all my tattoos, I think. I don't think I've missed any. That, hands, arms, chest. See, I don't have anything on my legs. Nothing on my ribs. What I'm planning on doing is doing my whole ribs and leaving my sort of abs section blank, because I've always seen that kind of looks cool. I've also wanted like a word arcing on my navel, like Tupac style or Rey Mysterio style, but my missus doesn't like it, so we'll see, maybe one day with that one. But yeah, and I've got some ideas for leg sleeves now. I am very open and leaning towards a one-piece leg sleeve. If you've been watching the show for a while, you've heard me complain about one piece. But I get the appeal. I'm hooked. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. It is a task of a show. It is very hard. I've stopped watching for like a year, and I've only recently picked it back up because the pacing is so bad. The show sucks, but when it's good, it's really good, man, and the story's incredible. I love the creator. He's planted these seeds from the very beginning, and he's not afraid to wait decades. The show started in 98, 98 or 99, and it's still going. 2026, it's in the last saga, which might take another 6 years, 5 years to actually wrap up. But that's how long the whole story, one cohesive story, is taken. It's very cool if you watch it. You see stuff in the early fucking first couple episodes that don't get brought back up again until fucking years and decades later. It's pretty cool. The characters are deep. Everything's pretty cool. But I see why it's hit or miss, because you either love it or hate it. You try to get into it. A lot of people get into it and they fall off because the pacing is just... I'm watching One Pace now, which is, if you don't know, One Pace is like this fan site where, because the pacing of One Piece is so bad, fans have kind of gone through and made their own edit that really cuts out all the filler, all the shit that's not verbatim to the manga, to the original manga. They cut that shit out. So all the filler shots, all the fucking filler arcs, and all the extra bullshit that they use to pad out the show when they make the show, when they're adapting the show from the manga, they have to add extra shit, because a lot of the time the manga will be coming out on a certain schedule and the animes start to get caught up. So the anime started getting too close to the manga, and the arc I just finished, which is called Dressrosa, is notorious for One Piece viewers to be like super dragged out, full of shit that's unnecessary, full of dumb reaction shots. So something will happen and they show a character reacting 20 times and they cut pan from character to character because they're trying to pad out the time. But when I watched it on One Pace, it was fucking brilliant. It was quick. I didn't even notice. I would have never thought that was a bad arc. Like lengthwise. But so if I hadn't looked it up and researched and shit, I wouldn't know that in the original anime is notorious for being a drag. But I only started watching One Piece now when I picked it up again. Before this year break I've had that I've recently come back from, I took that break because I got up to an arc called Fishman Island. Well, this was the first break actually. I had another big break when I got to Fishman Island, because that shit was fucking boring. That shit sucked. And it was so bad to try pull yourself through this fucking story. You want to know what happens and you want to get to the end, but it's like traversing a fucking mountain with spikes on the ground, you know? It sucks. It's like it's like crawling through gravel, you know? So I had a break there because I was like, this is shit. Then I came back, finished it, got to Punk Hazard, which is another arc where I was like, god damn, this shit sucks. Had a break and came back, finished that. And now I started watching One Piece. One Piece got me through that, and now it's good. Now I'm enjoying it. I'm watching it every night. I'm up to episode like 800 out of 1,120 or something, right, to get caught up. But yes, I've grown to love it. I'm a big fan, so that's what I want to do. I think I'm going to get some One Piece tattoos on my leg. And that's pretty much it, man. Like, not much else going on in my life, man. Just working on a lot of music, a lot of shit like that. Sorry if these episodes are a bit boring for you. You know, I know it's a pain in the ass, but we need something, alright? You're going to miss us for 3 weeks? At least you have something. It's a little update from me. Something that's been going on in my life. I wanted to do a video about tattoos, so here we go. Good opportunity. If you like it, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for joining me. If not, then you can skip it, and we'll be back soon. So, yeah, completely forgot. By the way, I'm doing this. I've seen people do this before. They do a clap. I'm holding this mic, so I can't clap, so I'm doing a click. See if that shit makes it easier to line up the fucking shit. Well, I completely forgot. Before I wrap this up real quick, I should go over this because I actually missed a tattoo. Probably the tattoo with the most interesting story, which is why I should probably mention it. This big sun here, my chest. That's actually the sun on the Uruguayan flag, minus the face. If you look at the Uruguayan flag, the sun looks like this, but it's got a face on it. I took the face out because it's a bit corny, and I also wanted something a bit ambiguous, but that also represents Uruguay. Because, as you know, if you listen to the show, we're Latino, our family's from Uruguay. FriendlyFire was born over there. So yeah, that's what that is. I wanted a shape. I almost like wanted a cross in this sort of area. I like how like the points. And I thought, what's something cool? I thought the sun, like a circular shape, was actually cool. It's still pointed, you know, kind of like the cross idea, but a bit more unique, you know. Yeah, that wasn't too pleasant. That one kind of hurt, but it was short, you know. It took fucking 10 minutes. But I think that's all my tattoos now. That's all of them behind the ears, chest, both chests and my arms. That's all I got. I actually don't have that many. You know, if you think about it, it looks like a lot, but I've got a lot of blank space. So maybe 10 years time we'll do it again. We'll see what I've collected. But yes, now that's it. I also want to apologize for the mic and the audio quality. I keep doing these and I forget the audio quality, and I forget to use the pop filter, and my missus always complains about the fucking noises, me fucking swallowing and chewing and farting and coughing and pissing and shit in the mic. So I'm sorry, alright? Hope you can deal with it just for these episodes. Hopefully next time I have to do one of these, I'll remember and I'll try to fix it. Anyway, alright, that's it. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening. We'll be back soon, alright? Couple weeks.